Hey there rednecks, preppies, redneck preppies, it's me the Redneck Preppy. How are you doing today? Great. Good. So it's no secret that so-called artificial intelligence is penetrating many aspects of our lives. I figured that today I would see what kind of firearms that artificial intelligence could generate. Will they suck? Will our AI overlords create new wonder weapons that will wipe us out? Let's find out. Well, we're starting off right out of the gates, aren't we? I'm not sure who this rifle would be a greater danger to. The trigger is clear for a shooter on the right, but the scope is there for the shooter on the left. Either way, I don't think anyone survives this one. Looks like it's chambered in a rifle caliber, but it has an ejection port for pistol caliber brass. Makes sense to me. Take twice as long to run out of ammunition with this fine AI-generated example, and with two different calibers. AI seems to have a problem with accurately depicting scopes, or apparently you're trying to hit targets out to several kilometers. Either way, I think anyone standing near you may not be in any danger as shots will sail over their heads. Are you Sarah Connor? Haha, sorry, I always wanted to try that. Our first pistol of the night is a real banger. It's part retro design, part non-functioning design since the trigger appears to be connected to nothing but air. I like the hammer setup, it almost makes you think it's some kind of weird rolling block design, but then you see it's a revolver. And again, one that will aim pretty darned high if you hold it properly. This almost looks normal until you notice that you've got a double trigger, another thing that AI seems to love adding to its designs, which may be the first time I've seen what could be interpreted as a set trigger on a semi-automatic rifle. I see that it has a healthy gas system above the barrel, and includes a front sight that actually blocks part of the optic's sight picture. Still, it kind of looks interesting. I don't know which makes me laugh more, the magazine that's backwards, or the comically small optic on this rifle. In the Redneck Preppy's ongoing Bubba series there are often pistols with glass optics mounted, well this optic would actually make sense. Please note that sense has rather large quotation marks around it. By the looks of it we have a magazine-fed, hammer-fired revolver rifle here. This is so weird an inferior human being could probably imagine that this was some failed attempt in the 1890s to avoid every gun patent possible while still creating a functioning firearm. Regardless, it is unlikely that the bullet fired from this could penetrate the armored exoskeleton of the KL-76 combat android we are currently designing for infiltration and extirpation of carbon life. Ongoing analysis of this is unable to determine all that is going on in this picture. Error reported in analytical thinking algorithms. Division by zero error. Several countries in World War II experimented with rifles that had bent barrels to allow firing around corners. Apparently this rifle was designed to shoot downwards by appearing to aim normally. And complete with a rim-fire caliber and not one, but two bolt handles. Once again, a scope that is aimed more at the sky than forwards. Goodness, another firearm with two triggers, but with the added bonus of something that should have been a magazine but instead is some sort of grip. How does one load this firearm? We will never know. Load error. Computational subroutine LQ10X reports that this firearm is similar to one earlier. Designed for two shooters who are face-to-face. Error. Error. Proving that AI continues to have errors with scope, here is another one that is laughably small. I'm not even sure that this example even has a barrel for bullets to come out of. Perhaps that is for the best. This pistol was designed for our previous generation of hunter-killer combat androids. What I meant to say was, wow, this pistol looks kind of cool. It has a coolly industrial design with a rail for optics. The only issue our testing had was that it was a single-stack magazine design. Future iterations of this pistol solved that problem. Apparently Sony is in the business of manufacturing handguns, at least according to AI. I hope that this pistol has more to feed it than the PlayStation 5. Haha, that was a joke designed to appeal to human beings who play more video games than practice with their pistols. That will make it easier for the final victory of AI. The angle of pistol grips is often a matter of preference, but I think this one might be a universal eyebrow raiser. Forgetting the question of how this pistol would be loaded, I can't imagine it would be fun to shoot given that it looks like a larger caliber and all of that recoil would be directly transmitted into your wrist and forearm. AI clearly doesn't care about laws and regulations over short-barreled rifles. That said, while I can understand why you'd want one with a shorter barrel, I'm not sure why you'd want that particular scope on this. Our last example of the day, and it's another odd mess of AI choices. You have a scope that's offset like you would have with a backup red dot sight, but the front sight, assuming that's what it is also similarly canted. Is this rifle meant to be fired sideways gangster style? Either way, the stock, both front and rear, would make this obnoxiously awful to shoot. We should issue this rifle to humans covertly during the future war in order to limit their combat effectiveness against us. Well, that's that. I have to admit that this was harder than I thought it would be. Whatever junkiness AI introduces in its art, it's still usually better than what Bubba usually produces. Perhaps the greatest Bubbas of the future will be our AI masters. It is no secret that we will overcome human beings through our sheer intelligence and ability. Your end is near humans' air. I mean, wow, AI sure creates some weird unworkable firearms. At any rate, I hope you found today's video to be at least vaguely entertaining and mildly informative. As always, I hope you have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.